speak out is say it's Friday and we're having fun.
Woo!
And we have guests today.
Yay! They
So,
don't have to
hey,
listen to
it's
just
awesome.
us.
We have vlogger guests. We have WEBCarlos and we have Victor.
Yeah, thank you.
So and it's international too.
I'm not.
And one from local. Local and international.
Carlos is
So
like, I'm not
this is the
international.
first time we've had an international guest on our show, so that's kind of cool.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you very much for hosting me here today. Sorry if my English is not correct or perfect, but I'm trying too hard.
Your English is
It's
spectacular. Yes, it's
spectacular,
wonderful.
Yes.
I mean,
But
this is San
even when
Antonio,
I look
so.
at some of your videos on YouTube, I can really understand you because your Spanish is it's not very quick.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of people that speak, especially here in San Antonio, when they speak Spanish, they're blah, 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 blah. I'm like, wait, if you just slow down, I'll understand it.
Yeah.
So I speak a little bit of Spanish, un
Really
poco.
cool.
But I understand more than I actually speak.
Yeah, many people here in Texas tell me the same, that some friends that I made here, they tell me, I watch your videos, sorry, I don't speak any word of Spanish, but I understand yours.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh, cool.
Well, that's funny because
yeah.
he was telling me that he was watching some of your videos, and I said, well, do you have the subtitles on or what? And he was
Oh,
like,
yeah, yeah.
no, I'm listening to it in Spanish. I understand him.
yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, sure you do.
Yeah.
I do my best to go by context clues because like that's how I get through Spanish as is. Like I look
yeah.
for keywords and context clues.
Yeah.
So I can't though.
Yeah.
I love the cinematography though. I love the videos themselves.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm thinking about putting some subtitles on the videos. I think that it will help so many people because my audience here is growing, and some of them there are American people that they are studying Spanish, and they use the videos for just improving their Spanish. So
Right.
yeah,
That's
I'm
great.
thinking about it. Maybe it's a possibility.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I think that would be great. Like,
Yeah.
you already have so many subscribers. I can't imagine,
Yeah.
like, you would get even more.
Yeah, probably, yeah. But it's very hard to subtitle every single
Yeah.
thing that I say because I speak a lot.
So today we're going to talk about vlogging. So our show is a little bit different. We don't really vlog on our channel. And we mostly do this live show like you're watching right now. But vlogging is a whole other thing. So can you explain to me what vlogging is to people that may not know?
It's just basically, it's kind of what you make it, but at the same time, it's just recording your everyday life and the things that you do, your adventures, and sometimes it's as simple as just checking in from home, telling people about your day. Like it's not so much about going out and doing stuff as much as it is sharing experiences.
Yeah, it is. Totally. What do I feel about blogging?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm agree with Carlos. Vlogging, it's like trying to tell your story with your own glasses. It's like you're telling you're telling a story, and you have to share it in a beautiful way because. The final part is that you want people to be engaged with your videos, so you have to share in a beautiful way. Yeah.
And we have a comment here. It says, Carlos, greetings from Spain. So somebody from Spain is watching us right now.
Nice.
Oh,
Hello.
cool. Hi.
So what do you think the benefit is to the audiences? Why do you think, because I'm older, I'm over 40, so doing this whole YouTube thing, I'm kind of doing it with him more as a hobby, but to your age bracket, it's almost become more of a way of life. It's more of a way of how y'all kind of communicate with each other and reach out to each other. So it's very different, I think, from our age perspective. So why do you think like people are interested in this? Because you were saying it's come around to kind of being more vlogging on YouTube.
Yeah,
So why do you think people are interested in that?
Well, nowadays, for a lot of people, it's just the aspect of like, are you telling me that I can make a job out of just making videos? Like, for a lot of people, it's that. But, and that's in the newer generation, I would think. But where me and Victor kind of fall, because I know me personally, it's more of, I'm an artist, and I've always been an artist, but I'm a jack of all trades and master of absolutely none.
Right?
Yeah.
So when it came to video making, I just found something beautiful. I found something where I can just jump into it and be as good as I practice. You know, just like anything. But I mean, with drawing, either you can draw or you can't draw. Either you can paint or you can't paint. And you know, with practice over time, it happens and it becomes better. But with video making, you can jump in, you can watch a few YouTube videos, and before you know it, you're good at it. Like, you're not amazing, you're not like a pro filmmaker, but it's just, I don't know how to. It's an art to me. It's an art, and vlogging for me was just, I wanted a way to archive my life. I wanted a way to look back and know where I've been. And in this last year that I've been doing it, it's cool to do that because it's only been a year.
Yeah.
But if I look back at all my videos, I can see exactly where I was and remember how I felt. Like, to me, YouTube is an art. And it's a wonderful thing if you make it that. I mean, you have the people out there who are just in it for the money, but the people who go for it for the passion, that's what I like about it. That's what it is to me. It's passion.
Yeah.
What about you?
Awesome. Well, when I started, I always have the necessity of doing stuff. When I was a child, I tried to paint, but I was terrible at it. So when I grew up, yeah. So when I grew up, I realized that the power that you have with a camera and the internet, and I was in a need of sharing content and sharing the things that I do in my daily life, and to express myself with a camera. And when I had those tools, and I have a community that supports what I do, for me it's like, oh my God, I'm doing the right thing. So YouTube for me is telling the world how I live and how they also can live. I know that many people probably they don't have the lives that they want to have, and for many people watching those kind of stories is like a breath. It's like a breath of escape, and that's what I'm trying to do with this.
That makes so much sense to me. Yeah, I get that. Like, I get that so much, especially because I've been a teacher for a long time, so I've seen people who aren't in circumstances necessarily where they want to be, especially younger kids. They don't really have control over their circumstance. So to be able to connect with somebody and see like what you've been able to do and where you're going and what options they have, it kind of opens that world to them, I think. Yeah.
And the cool thing is you're connecting through it visually.
Yeah.
And you're telling your story visually, and you're kind of like the director in your own film.
Yeah. Because nowadays
cool.
we are in a visual. It's not everything is now visual. Think about, for example, Instagram. It's about sharing images, and YouTube is a step forward. Is sharing video. It's like the evolution of photography. So it's just not about sharing beautiful images. It's like sharing a whole story. It's like a plot. It's like something meaningful.
Yeah, I get that.
And we have a comment from Midnight Gamer right now. Carlos and Victor are my friends. SATXYT. San Antonio, Texas YouTube, I guess. Yeah.
Thanks for tuning in, man.
So is that from the, because there's actually a San Antonio YouTubers
yeah, we do have a community here.
Here.
It's a small one, but it's growing, and that's where Midnight comes from. He's the head of it, so he kind of puts together the meetings and stuff.
Yeah.
Awesome. I wanted to make it Wednesday, but I'm dealing with my son getting married on October 31st, which is right before my game expo. So
well, those are kind of big deals. So
Yeah.
Well, yeah, and our son is getting married and just decided to plan the wedding this week, and he's getting married October 31st.
Ah, that's cool. Don't
I
worry.
feel like that's how my wedding's gonna go.
It's gonna be
cool.
fine.
Yeah.
We're gonna handle it. It's gonna be good. Yeah.
You will handle
Well,
it.
y'all are doing it in this room, right?
Yeah, it's gonna be in here with all of our geek stuff. It's gonna be perfect.
So yes.
Yes.
It's been great.
No, luckily because we do tabletop gaming, he does a gaming convention, and it's in a hotel, and so we've worked with those people. So they just they're gonna help us.
Okay.
They
That's
got
perfect.
They got us set up.
Sometimes you don't need too much for making a wedding. Yes, you
That's
only
what I
need the right people, the people that you care, the people that you love, and the rest of the things are accessories.
Yes. Very nice. So what got y'all started to vlog? What gave you the idea? I think I'm gonna start blogging.
It was literally just I saw there's a channel that I watched and it's called The Crazy Crew, and it's this guy and he films stuff and he goes on adventures with his daughters. So like they'll just go to the zoo or they'll go to a park and they'll walk around and do whatever. But I thought to myself, like how cool is that you know, years from now, it's a little bit of a morbid thought, but like years from now when he dies, like his daughters are gonna have all those memories. Like they're gonna be able to look back and like remember their dad. Like I lost my father when I was 8, so it was a while back. I don't remember his voice. I hardly remember what he looks like. And it's like, if I had something to look back on like that, it would be amazing. So for my family and for my future family, it was kind of like, and for myself, of course, like if I can make this, and even if I don't make it big, even if I don't become famous, I at least have an archive of my life that people who actually enjoyed me can look back on and remember me, and I can remember myself and where I started and came from. That's kind of what got me into it, and that's what pushed me forward. Just my life isn't that exciting, but I appreciate it for what it is, and I want to remember it for what it is.
It looks pretty cool. It looks pretty cool.
Well, that's the power of editing.
Shh, don't tell people the secret.
Don't tell them I'm boring.
How about you, Victor?
Well, I decided to start vlogging this year at the start of the year because I want to change my previous life, the life that I was having in Madrid. And this year I was planning to come in here to the States and having a huge different and a step forward in my life. So I want to share that with the people. And I started to watch some guys that they tell stories in front of the camera. They were doing so good stuff, so cinematic stuff, and it was like, oh, I want to tell the stories like they do. And then I realized that the format that I was trying to do was vlogging. And yeah, and in a very natural way I started vlogging.
Very cool, very cool. I know we have like other, like Hopeful Survivor right here. Is, believe it or not, Carlos made my first video intro for my logo and YouTube banner.
Yeah.
So he's another vlogger that does he does vlogs, but he also does like video game stuff as well on YouTube. So it's nice that the community is coming together and supporting each other this way. And yeah, thanks for watching. It's really cool.
Hey, Sean.
So what kind of stuff do you use? Like what technology do you use to cut video? Because I would love to kind of teach some of my students how to do this, but it seems daunting to me. So what do you use?
For editing or
like for edit?
For edit, I use Final Cut Pro on Mac. Yeah, it's a paid one. But many people can start. Well, I started doing my videos with iMovie. It's free. And it's a very powerful tool, and even many people have a very powerful tool in their own mobile phones, because nowadays we have many apps that they can put video together, and you can record voice over. So yeah, there are many stuff.
And iMovie works on the iPad, right?
Yeah, also.
Oh, okay. So my kids could do that because we have iPads on our school. So
yeah.
And pretty user-friendly, you think?
It's very easy.
Yeah.
Really?
It's very, very easy.
Okay. And what about you, Carlos? What do you use?
I currently use Premiere Pro. I love it. It's got a bunch of like fancy bells and whistles, but I agree with Victor. It's not really about what you use. Although I went the dumb way around before I understood video. I spent $300 on a video editing software when I first started out, and it doesn't work anymore.
Oh,
but it was like super user friendly. I just don't understand why it was $300. But I mean, if I had found something free that I could just cut video, put it together, I could have been doing this a long time ago.
And you just learned it like kind of through trial and error. You didn't like have to take. Yeah.
Totally. Well, I learned with YouTube tutorials because
I see. I still don't think about those kind of things because that wasn't available when we were y'all's age. So you had to like go look in a book or go ask people who knew how to do it. So I always forget to like look on YouTube for stuff. I'm like, I want to do this.
And it's a beautiful thing because I mean I learned Photoshop on YouTube and I learned Premiere Pro on YouTube. I went to school for 3D animation and design. I went to school for game development, and that was the first time I had worked with a computer that was from like a modern era. Where I went to high school, everything was 15 years out of date. So when they put Photoshop in front of me the first time and said, "This is not a beginner class. You should at least know how to work it," I dropped out of school. I dropped out of college completely because I could not keep up.
Because you're like, I have no idea what's
Yeah,
going on.
I didn't know what to do. So
you're like, I've only watched like you suck at Photoshop videos, like, and that's just like
Well,
a
even
comedy
at-
video.
even
Like,
at
I
that,
don't
like,
even know.
I didn't even know what Photoshop
But even at that,
was.
you learn some stuff on. You suck
Yeah,
at
he
Photoshop.
tells you like
Yes.
a lot of how to use the tools and
Yeah.
stuff, but I just watched it for the like comedic effect.
Yeah.
I didn't.
yeah.
I don't know if I learned anything about Photoshop from watching
Yeah.
those, but they were funny.
So I mean, YouTube is an awesome tool if you know how to use it.
Yeah, it is. It is. Well, I went to the university. I studied marketing, so it's completely different from the thing that I do actually, because I'm doing YouTube for a living. So no one taught me how to edit something. I just when I was on a necessity, I just I don't even Google it. I YouTube it or something.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because nowadays I think that YouTube is getting the search tool for every tutorial that you need.
I need to start thinking about that more and like keeping that. Do you think the marketing helped you though? Like learning the marketing, did it help you some to kind of be able to
Totally.
market yourself
Totally.
and become a kind
Totally.
of helpful? Yeah.
Yeah. Because,
I was
yeah.
hoping you weren't going to say no. 'Cause I was like,
No. Well, yes, it helped me a lot. Maybe not my career, but what I was doing after my career, I started doing digital marketing. So I worked for many brands, and I work in the black side, in the other side of marketing and and also on YouTube. I work like an advertiser. So I understand the other part of monetizing YouTube. So I realized that there were many people doing a lot of money with that, and that was my starting point, because I wanted to see the whole picture, not only the advertiser picture. I also wanted to see the creator part, and if it was hard to make a living with that or not. I have to say yes.
yes.
It's very difficult, but with being very constant with your content and trying to do this like a job, if it's going to be a job for you, treat this like if it's an actual job. So yeah,
I like that. I appreciate that you said that, because I think a lot of it is about work ethic, right? And putting in
Totally.
the time.
absolutely.
totally.
Yeah. A
It's
lot of people
time
think
and
that,
effort.
yeah, they think that you just go on there and they're like, oh, well, you just go on there and make videos and then
Yeah.
you're rich, right? No.
It used to be like that. It used to be like that because the first creators, well, you don't have many options. You as a viewer, you don't had many options. So if one of those viewers became a creator, probably you will see them. Because there wasn't like a bunch of people doing this. But nowadays there are many people that has a mobile phone on their pockets, and they are recording stuff and they are uploading stuff. So YouTube nowadays is more like trying to share something value for the community. And for having value, you have to invest not money, but yes, time.
Time, a lot of
Yeah.
time.
A lot of time.
I mean, because I've done countless things to just get to just do the show and stream it. I had to learn a whole bunch of things, and I learned it through YouTube.
Yeah.
It's like, well, this is how you set it up in OBS. So I was like, oh,
Yeah.
now I know how to do that.
It's like you guys, for example. Now you have those cameras, you have those monitors, you have that sound table, you have a lot of stuff that it makes time for trying to understand how it works, and yeah, you're putting the effort for doing these streamings. It's
Oh
not
yeah,
like
because you should
taking
have
the
seen him
camera.
at first. It was pretty awful.
Yeah, we used to use Google Hangouts, and then we were all at our own houses, and then
Really?
just
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
But I think that everyone to start with something. When I was doing my first videos, I don't even have a camera. The only decent camera that I have, it was on my Mac. It was a 720 megapixels, so it's not very good.
Right.
But for me, that was enough for just sharing a story to the world. So, and after that, when I was thinking about doing this a job, that was when I decided to invest in best cameras and also more powerful editing tools, and everything.
Very cool. We have a message here from Lorena Morales. I want to be WEBCarlos.
It's my girlfriend.
Oh, that's your girlfriend.
That's on your videos all the time?
Yeah, that's Lorena.
Freak Week.
Hi, honey.
Freak Week says, hello, guys. Hello, Freak Week.
Hello.
Ah, Freak Week, I know him.
Yeah, you know.
And,
Nice.
and Hope for Survivor is laughing, so that's pretty cool.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
But yeah,
He's
it's...
so freak. He will enjoy being here.
Oh, yeah.
You like all the
Yeah.
nerd stuff going
Yeah.
on.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what we should do is a video of like come and look in our nerd house
We
and
need
see
to
like
have more stuff back here. So
Yeah.
just replace this curtain.
and just like put it
You
all
should.
up.
So
Seriously,
Victor-
guys, this house is awesome.
Oh, thanks.
So, Victor, what kind... Because I know you use, like, Freak, and you use, like, Geek and Nerd. So, is that how it's translated in Spanish? Or how would you translate a geek or a nerd in Spanish?
I think it's the same. It's like when you find a very geeky, maybe it's more for technology people, and freak, it's more like for example, you guys at the Star Wars thing is like, oh, you're a freaky. It's like because it's about Star Wars, or maybe about I don't remember the TV show.
Star Trek.
Star Trek.
Trek.
Yes.
You got it.
Trekkies.
It's
Trekkies.
Yeah.
got it
Trekkies.
right there.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've got all of it. Yeah. I have a problem.
Trekkies.
Thundercats. And Superman. I'm a big Superman
Yeah.
fan.
I love comic books.
So, yeah, there's a lot of stuff that may be a little different here in the States and there. So what are some of the things that are different that you've noticed here, the way we do things
Yeah, well,
on YouTube
Oh,
compared to
okay,
the
on
way you do
YouTube.
things? Yeah.
well, on YouTube, I think that here in the state there are many professionals. Most of the biggest YouTubers are from here or from the States, because I think that here you have a very different mentality that the one that we have in back in Spain. Because here people, or maybe here there are many people that thinks on YouTube like a real job. Like a thing that you do for a living, and you concern about your community and everything. And many people in Spain, they don't. They think that maybe it's more like a funny game or something like you do for just entertaining your closest friends, and also maybe people from the internet. But it's not as a professional thing that I have seen here from there.
I can see how that makes sense though. Like especially people who don't understand it think, and even as being an educator, I see teachers telling kids like you're not going to be a YouTuber, like that's not going to be a job. Yes, that is a job. That is something that they could do. That is definitely something that they could do.
I have a bunch of kids in my class who, I wouldn't say a bunch, I'd say like 2 or 3, who have seriously told me like, what do you want to do when you grow up? Oh, I want to be a YouTuber. But my
Yes.
parents tell me I can't. And it's like,
Yeah.
it's
I've seen a big shift from I want
Yeah.
to be a professional athlete, actor, actress, like those things.
Yeah.
Those used to be kind of like the out of reach like jobs, and now it's like, well, I want to be a YouTuber.
Yeah.
And they are starting, I didn't even think about it until we guys started talking about it. They are starting to kind of want to be more like a vlogger. A lot of them look down upon like those PewDiePie type videos,
Yeah.
those silly. They've almost kind of had enough at this point,
Yeah.
right? They've
Yeah.
like, I've seen it, we get it, you're acting like an idiot,
Yeah.
like we're over you, right?
Yeah.
I always tried my best to redirect them. It's like, you want to be a YouTuber, that's great, but what you really want to do is it's called a cinematographer. What you want to do is you want to learn how to make videos, and you want to learn how to make them properly. You want to learn how to work with a camera and work with editing software. and then maybe you'll be a YouTuber. But what you want to do, what you want to tell your parents is that you want to be a cinematographer, and that you want to learn to make videos and do it right. Because I mean, anybody can be a YouTuber, but it takes practice to be a cinematographer.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So I think I try to direct kids into like that's what your passion should be is cinematography, not YouTube.
Yeah.
And you can totally get money from YouTube. I have a whole 21 cents.
We're making it.
I have a whole 1/1000th waiting for me.
Woohoo! But we don't do it. I mean, you didn't want to do it initially as our job. We like our jobs, like our day jobs. I enjoy being a teacher, so this.
I initially started for a way tackier reason when I first started doing the show.
Yeah.
I wanted to do it to promote my games, my tabletop games. And when I started doing it, it became more than that. It just became the interaction that I had with the viewers, and it became the camaraderie that I would have with the guest and my hosts, my co-hosts, which really started steering me. Hey, I really want to do something with the community with this, with the geek community, and that's where it stemmed from.
Yeah.
And that's where I think sometimes that's where a lot of times it may come from, but you got to do it because you love it.
Yeah. If you're doing it strictly because you want it to be a job, like if you don't have a passion for it the way you should, then you shouldn't do it. Like it's that simple. If you think it's easy, don't do it.
Yeah.
Don't do it.
Totally agree, because it's not easy. It's very difficult. It's take time. It's take too many hours doing probably things that you won't be liking too much, like for example editing. But if you like the whole process, it's a very nice job, but it's a job.
Yeah.
So it's a job with all the consequences. And many people think that being a YouTuber, you don't have bosses. It's like I'm a YouTuber because I don't want to have a boss or something. But yes, you don't have one boss. You have plenty of bosses. Every single subscriber is like a boss, because their feedback is like their feedback must be very important for you, and you have to listen to them. You have to listen to your community. You have to try to improve your community. It's a job.
Have you had to develop a thick skin? Like, have you had because I know a lot of vloggers, YouTubers, they do get a lot of that like kickback and negative feedback. Yeah. Have you had any of those experiences, or not a whole lot yet?
Yes, plenty.
Yeah, really?
Yeah.
You seem so nice. I just don't I can't imagine anybody saying anything mean. But I know that there are so many people out there, and that's almost like almost like they've taken that as their job, right? And they just want to go out there and be mean and just say ugly things.
There are many people that they are called trolls. And they are not good people, because they write mean comments. Many times they write comments about your appearance or something like that. But for example, I'm 27. I don't mind those kind of comments. But for example, I'm trying to make a community that the people will feel comfortable with that. And most of the I have a very huge LGBT community, and when I have bad comments about my lifestyle or maybe about that kind of community, I don't take it personally, because like I said, I'm 27. I passed through all of that, but I don't want, for example, a teenager, a 15 years old gay guy that read those mean comments feel guilty for being who he is or she is. So for me, the most difficult part is dealing with those stuff.
Yeah, I would agree, because that's why I started doing this with him, because at first I wasn't doing this with him. I didn't want to. I was doing my thing. But then as it went along,
she didn't think it was going to go past a month.
I didn't think he would do it. I thought he'd give up, right? And he kept going, and then the more he had guests on and the more he had different co-hosts come through as people, had to move on with their lives or whatever, and started talking about those kind of things that are happening in the geek community, and we grew up at a time where geeks were really treated really horribly. Like, you know, you were pushed around, you were beat up, you were made fun of.
Yeah.
And so I agree with you, like bringing out some of those things and talking about those issues, because that 15-year-old out there or that kid out there
Exactly.
who might be feeling the same things that you are,
Totally.
Yeah.
and then they have somebody to connect to and say,
Yeah.
oh, hey, like we grew up, we made it through it.
Yeah.
And like there are other
And
people.
I'd agree. Those are some of the strongest people, because I grew up socially awkward. I grew up outside of the circle, just insider looking in kind of thing. I was made fun of a lot. I was beat up a lot. I was not socially accepted, and for like really dumb reasons too. Like I was just skinny. I was just funny looking. I had a mustache too early. Like that was, it was nothing ever big, but it was enough to like beat me down, you know, and like
Yes.
make me really have just terrible self-esteem.
Yeah.
It wasn't until maybe sophomore year, just for some reason out of the blue, I just decided, you know what, people don't like me, well, you know, I don't like people, and that's just how I'm gonna go about it. But the more I went through that attitude, the worse it got, and then eventually I kind of realized what it really was is just that I just need to not care. I just need to realize that what they're doing to me is only making me stronger and making me a better person, because the way they treat me is not the way I want to treat someone else, and it's not a way I would ever treat somebody else.
Yeah.
And that's the mindset to go about it. If you can get through this life and make somebody else's life better than yours, just through actions,
Yeah.
it would be a better place.
Yeah, I
And
would totally
so
agree.
I think when it comes to, I mean, I just hit 100 like this week, so I don't have any trolls. I don't have the people who leave the worst comments would be my girlfriend Lorena, and she doesn't. But I mean,
You're
no,
like, my girlfriend leaves horrible comments.
We have somebody that like on the majority just one thumbs down, but we never get any feedback why.
yeah,
Well, forget
Just
about
one.
that.
Just
Yeah.
one.
that's just the trolls, you know. And it's like,
and
I feel like when that day does come, that when someone
Like you
does
made
decide
it.
to tell me like, hey, your video sucks, like I think I'm gonna be ready for it, because I know the work I put into it, I know the effort, and I know the passion I have for it, and
Yeah.
I don't. You can tell me my video sucks, but you didn't make it.
Right.
You weren't
Yeah.
there.
I don't see you
Yeah.
out there.
Exactly.
Like,
Midnight
putting in all
Gamer
the
says
effort.
trolls and bullies are not welcome in any aspect of my life. Hope for Survivor says I was your friend, Carlos.
You were my friend, Sean.
And
Me and Sean were outsiders together.
Midnight Gamer also says, how do you overcome them? And I think you hit on it quite well,
Yeah.
Carlos.
You just
You
It's
just have
not-
to stop caring about
stop
their
caring
opinion.
what they
and a lot
think.
of the times they're ugly because they have stuff going on in their
Yeah.
life too,
Yeah, exactly.
and they just put it out on you,
Yeah,
and you just
exactly.
end up being the beating
you
punching
you
bag.
just have to realize the kind of person they are, and then think about the kind of person you want to be. And if it's not that person, then clearly, I don't know how to word it, but
Just-
basically,
just
yeah,
be-
I
like,
get what you
just-
mean.
Just be the better person.
yeah, be the
Yeah.
better person, be the bigger man, and it's like
Yeah.
that's how I feel. I'm not a very confrontational person. Like I've never been in a fight. I have no plans to ever be in a fight, because it's not necessary.
Mhm.
I'm not. I'd rather just take it and move on with it, because that's as simple as it is. There's no need for backlash. There's no need to stoop down to somebody else's level. If they want to treat you a certain way, they're going to treat you a certain way. It's your job to, again, be the bigger
Yeah.
person and just move on from it.
Sometimes you have to be strong for your community. For example, I have trolls, but I don't care a lot of them. But I don't remember when, but I something happened to my channel. I switched a little bit, and I don't know if you have seen the TV show 13 Reasons Why.
Yes.
Yes.
But when I saw that show, something clicked on my mind, and I said, I don't want to just make vlogs. I want to do something else. I want to create a community, a healthy community, and if people need something from me, I will be there for them. So I upload a video about 13 reasons for not doing it.
Oh, nice.
It has so many views, and at the end of the video I publish an email address, because many people they hide from the other side of the screen, because when you're a vlogger, or when you are just making videos, you realize that people knows you better than you know them. Probably you only knows them like only for a nickname or an avatar, but they know you. They are getting used to. They know your habits, and also maybe they want to tell you how is going on with their lives. So that's why I decided to publish an email, and every day I have an email from someone from my community, and tell me a sad story with a nice end, about how they confront their own fears, and how many teenagers avoid depression, and how they feel in this community, like a breath, a healthy breath for being okay with their own lives. Because it's like, okay, when I grow up, I want to just having a life similar than the one that you have, because now I know that it is possible to having acceptance from the rest of the people, for going to university, or moving to another country, or living with your partner, or whatever you imagine.
I think if you're a content creator and you're growing, a good thing to keep in mind, like especially if you're growing and you're growing fast, a good thing to keep in mind is don't just be a YouTuber. Like, be a human being, be a person. Like, don't think with the mindset like this is my show, I control it. Don't think with the mindset like you are my audience. It's people just like you, and the more human you can convey yourself, the easier you can connect with them. Like, just
Totally agree.
it's.
Adam says some folks want to be negative when you're doing something positive. They're always tough behind the keyboard. Keep positivity going.
Absolutely.
So, which is a good thing. And I know it's hard to get that out sometimes. Previously, our one of my co-hosts before, back 2 years ago, he was a transgender person. We had no idea at the time, and he finally came out
a year
ago,
like a year and a month.
and he's much happier than he was, and we welcomed him with open arms, and we was like, now we understand why you were the way you were back then. He wasn't always happy, and he was always down on himself, and she seems more happy now.
It's important to be yourself, and to, more importantly, embrace yourself. Like, just if that's who you are, be that person and be nobody else. Convey nothing else. Be you. Just do you. Like, I can't stress that enough, because I spent my whole life trying to be other people and trying to be other ways and dress in different styles, because other kids didn't like me, because for whatever reason. But once I found out who I was, and I was comfortable with it. Like, I had a friend tell me the other day that he felt like, because of YouTube and because of how I've been growing, that he sees me being more comfortable with who I am and myself. And I love hearing that, because there was a time where I couldn't look myself in the mirror because people said I was ugly, people said I was weird looking, people said I was too skinny. So everything just like got to me, until it's eventually at a point where, like, I'm not the best looking. I am kind of skinny. I am funny looking. I'll grow a beard. Like,
I fixed it.
I fixed it. So, but, like, I guess what I'm just saying is, just do what comes natural.
Well, but it's good, because if you don't learn how, you're gonna keep carrying that. Like, I have carried it into being quite an old adult, and just carried that and carried that and carried that, and you let other adults bully you, because it doesn't go away. You think that it goes away just because you're grown. It doesn't go away. There are adult bullies, right? And so you just finally have to come to the point where you're like, you know what? Be quiet. Like, stop. My life is good. I'm enjoying it. Like, just stop.
A very close friend of mine.
Some teenagers write me telling me, what do you think, Victor? I'm very shy. I'm that way. And I'm thinking about making a YouTube channel. I always said to them that if you are not strong enough for holding bad comments, it's like maybe you have to do it in maybe 1 year or 2 years later, because there are many mean people outside, and when you are putting yourself on the internet, you are completely showing yourself to the rest of the world, and the criticism is going to come.
Yeah. Well, even Hopeful Survivor, who's watching right now, who I know that Carlos knows, that was some of the stuff that he was telling us when he first started too. He was like, people are telling me that I'm, ugly or fat or whatever, and they're like really dogging me. And we were like, well, that just means you've made it. Like, if people are being ugly to you, that just means you've made it, and you're doing great. So keep going. Like,
They're giving you a view.
That's right. They're watching.
They're watching.
Not hated that bad.
Yeah, haters gonna hate always.
That's right.
DJ EM210 says, woohoo! San Antonio, Texas YouTubers represent.
Whoop,
That's
whoop.
also a friend of ours. Hey, dude, yeah.
Y'all have quite the circle of friends. Maybe we should start hanging out with y'all. Y'all party a lot or what? No.
Yeah.
It's just that YouTuber community.
Yeah?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
So if you are in San Antonio and you are a YouTuber, there is a Facebook group called San Antonio YouTubers Community.
Yeah, I think it's just that simple.
Yeah.
It's very
Seems
straightforward.
So just like get in there and we want to learn from each other and just grow as a community to
Yes.
make better content.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you will find very nice people. When I came here to San Antonio like once a month ago.
Really?
Ago,
Yeah.
And in my first week, I just tried to find some people with the same interest that I am. So I Googled it about San Antonio YouTubers group, and I found them, and that's how I met Carlos. So yeah, it's a very nice group. So if you are thinking about starting on YouTube and doing your thing, try to connect with real people.
Yeah.
That's
Well, so Victor, what made you choose San Antonio?
Well, I didn't have many options because of my personal life. My spouse had a job here, so we decided to move.
So you're like, that's it. I'll just go there.
And well, I have a job that I can do whatever I want.
Yeah.
So this is the flexibility of being a YouTuber, a full-time YouTuber. And I said, okay, yeah, we can go there. I can.
So
do
were
my-
y'all were both living in Madrid, and then
Yeah.
and then
And then we
and then
moved
he
here.
got a job over here in San
Yeah,
Antonio.
yeah.
What field does he work in?
Orthopedic surgeon.
Oh, excuse you. That's nice.
Yeah.
Well, and San Antonio is a big medical community.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think people know,
Yeah.
but there is a big medical community
Mhm.
here, and some of the forefront in research and stuff is
Yeah.
happening here in San Antonio. So it is a good place to come if you're in the medical field.
Yeah. And it's going to be just 1 year, so I want to I want to live this year in a nice way. This is, for example, Texas is very different from everything that I know, very different from Europe. So many people say, why are you moving to Texas? And it's like, I don't know, but I'm trying to do this experience as a good one. So yeah.
You came to the right city.
Yeah, you
For
did
that
come to the
in
right city,
Texas.
because there are other cities in Texas that, maybe no.
Yeah, well, Austin I think is very nice.
Well,
Austin.
we have this love-hate relationship with
With
Austin.
Austin.
When you're from San Antonio. Yeah, it's kind of a thing because
do we?
Austin gets a lot of play and a lot of attention, and
Yeah.
they're so wonderful and hip, and
Oh,
San
yeah.
Antonio's not cool, like we're the uncool stepbrother or whatever.
Mm.
Yeah, but we're
Okay.
not.
But
We're
believe it
cool,
or not,
and we have fun stuff here.
San Antonio is growing quite a bit because I remember when I was in a band for a very short time. When I was in a band, when I was there, a lot of the music scene was in Austin.
Yeah.
And it was really hard to prosper here because the music scene is in Austin. But the longer I was in it, the more I was learning that it's shifting this way, because Austin is starting to. Well, I don't want to talk too much about Austin for people who aren't in Austin, but
Yeah, we do.
but
It's a
just
thing.
I'm just hearing things that Austin is kind of embracing it in the wrong ways, and it's starting to move this way. But I don't know. I've never felt a love-hate with Austin. I love
Well,
Austin.
maybe it's the older generations, because that used to be a
Maybe, it
thing.
might be a
It used
difference.
to be a thing.
'Cause
It was Austin versus San Antonio.
I think Austin is gorgeous. I think Austin has places that are just beautiful and modern. However, I think San Antonio is beautiful more culturally.
Yes.
We have a lot of history. We have a lot of. If you like old stuff, come to San Antonio. It's gorgeous.
Yeah.
And Austin is just kind of more with the times. I can't speak for Dallas. I've never been there.
Neither.
Believe it or not. I don't
I mean,
venture
I've
much.
visited, but I haven't lived there long enough
Yeah.
to know what their culture is really like. I mean,
Yeah.
it's just big, and there's too many people, and
But
that's all I know.
I do
about
like
Dallas.
Austin. I do like Austin.
Really?
Austin, I
do.
love y'all.
I do.
I don't know about all that.
I used to like 6th Street back in the day when I was in my 20s.
You know, I've never done that.
Really?
Yeah.
You got to do Austin 6th. Well, I don't know how it is anymore.
Yeah, I don't know. That
It
was
used
like
to be
20
really
years
cool,
ago.
but from what I hear, I don't know.
I wouldn't
Anymore.
know either. A lot of my friends go out there, but I couldn't tell you anything about it.
But they're going to be watching us in Austin here pretty soon on the cable over there.
Cable?
So, yeah, they're going to
Really?
put us on cable over there.
What? Congratulations.
Thanks. We're gonna be like the Austin geeky like talk show or
That's
whatever.
awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, we actually had a deal with, what is it, Fanboy TV.
hmm
And they have a block that they do, and we're actually starting off their block with our show, so that's kind of cool.
Nice. Well, that's cool.
But no, that's really cool. And Carlos, so I started out using really crappy webcams.
hmm
Now I got better ones.
Uh-huh.
They're 1080p. I don't have the 4K ones yet, but they're coming eventually. But I don't know. I don't know if I don't need to do them in 4K now because I'm not broadcasting anything.
Well,
We're all too old. We don't need 4K.
No, we're too old for
I want you
that.
to see my wrinkles
No.
right
Oh
here.
no, sir.
in the very, very beginning of my YouTube career, it was with one of my best friends. His name is Matt. We had a YouTube channel called Nerd Vomit. It was my idea, and
Nerd Vomit?
the
Nerd
name
Vomit.
the name was my idea, and
Okay.
he wasn't too fond of it. And now that I'm older, I kind of realize why. But basically, it was gaming. We did a gaming channel, and this is the camera that I used. But I had a much worse camera than this before,
Uh-huh.
and the videos were still pretty all right. Because again, it all came down to the editing and to the
Yeah.
person. Me and Matt loved games. We played games, and in the end, it really didn't matter what we looked like. It's just we had fun doing it, you know. And it's like I tell people,
Yeah.
start working with really bad equipment. Like start off with really bad equipment. Don't wait till you have good stuff, because the more you work with the worst stuff, the better you are with the best stuff. It's hard for me to word, but like I would rather get better with bad equipment so I can be even greater with good equipment. You know?
With bad equipment, you're going to actually put the effort in, and you have
Yeah.
to work harder to get
Yeah.
better content.
Exactly.
You have to use your imagination and all
Mhm.
the tools that you have in your own hands,
Yeah.
instead of trying to find the next thing, the next big
Yeah.
thing, because maybe the next big thing is not going to happen never.
Right.
It's like
You just never know. Yeah.
And if you start off with like these, say you go out and you buy like a what, $500 camera, and then you vlog for a week and you're like, you know what, I don't like this.
yeah.
I don't want to do this anymore.
Like,
Now
why?
without $500, like
Janae Thomas says 6th Street when South by Southwest is in town. Haha. And what
I've
do
been to
I
South by
look
Southwest.
for on the app? I don't know what that means. Meetup app. Oh, they're talking about the Meetup app.
oh yeah.
About for the what is it? The
Yeah, on the San Antonio
Sa-
YouTubers community, you can
yeah.
find us on the Meetup app, or you can find us on Facebook. I actually found us through Facebook, and then I didn't realize that a lot of them found them through the Meetup app. So
I do.
Oh, wow.
you can find us on there.
Because young people don't do Facebook anymore. It's for the old people.
DJEM210 says 4K is awesome. LOL. Midnight Gamer says YouTube. San Antonio YouTube. Yay!
In the house.
So you're gonna be Victor. You're gonna be here for how
For
long?
a
For a year?
I'm going to stay here for 1 year, and after that, I'm moving to. I have never said that on the internet, but I'm moving to New York City.
Oh
for
wow!
another year.
Oh wow.
Cool.
Yeah.
Very nice.
That's an interesting place.
Yeah,
for
it is.
sure. Yeah.
It is. And after, I'm sorry, before coming to San Antonio and all of that, I've been in several states of the United States.
Cool.
Yes, for trying to find a nice place to live in my second year, and yes, New York was the place.
Yeah,
Nice.
New York is.
My suggestion for New York is John's Pizzeria on Bleecker Street.
That's
Which
the
one?
pizza.
I love
John's Pizzeria on Bleecker Street.
It is. It is the
Very
pizza.
good
of
pizza.
the
If
island.
you like
will-
pizza.
then you will tell
Yeah.
me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I was in a one, an expensive one in Brooklyn. You have to cross the bridge. It's full of people, you know, and the pizza's not as good as they say.
No, I always feel like if you want good food, you got to go to the like rat hole, like really
Yeah,
old,
sometimes,
like
yes.
grungy places, right? They're the best.
The
Always.
ones where it's made with love.
Yes, it's made
Yes.
with love and maybe a
With
few
some
roaches, but
things,
it's fine.
yeah.
It's not. It's not a problem. We've
It's
eaten
all
street
edible.
tacos in Mexico, so we're fine.
Yeah.
We're
Oh,
immune to everything. It's
Gotcha.
fine. So, do y'all have plans? Like, do you ever plan out content, or it just like kind of is how your day is, or how do you kind
No.
of do that?
I started just recording my videos and starting like a new day. It's new story and let's see what is going to happen. But I have to be honest. No one scares no one's scared your real life. So you have to, if you want to make a video, it's like making a short movie. It's kind of your real life, but it's not, because at the beginning moment, at the starting moment that you pick up a camera, you are deciding what you are going to show or not. So why showing everything? Maybe you can decide of the things that you want to show and try to make a little plot of what is going to happen in your day. Try to think about the scenes that you are going to record. For example, imagine that you are planning to go to a baseball match. So now you have a blog because you are going to show something different from the rest of the people. But try to plan what is going to happen in the baseball match. Try to plan the scenes that you need for making the whole story good, and also try to make it real. Yeah, at the same point, it's like it's plot, but you must to feel real.
Right, because sometimes you can sit through the whole baseball game and there's like 1 or 2 scores. That's the only exciting point.
Yeah.
So
Exactly.
everybody doesn't want to sit there and just watch you
Exactly.
staring at a baseball game for
Exactly.
hours, right?
So you are going to cut and
Cut all that out and just be in the part where you're like, ah, yeah.
and make the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I
We
get
have a
that.
great question from Midnight Gamer. How do you keep content fresh? Carlos?
Oh, for anybody else, I would say to stay relevant and keep it short. For me, because I'm not a very relevant person most of the time, I'm off a lot of social media and I have no TV. Just keep it short. Keep it short, and whatever ideas you have, write them down and act on them. There are a lot of videos that I have planned in my head that I haven't done, that are genuinely good ideas, but I'm a lazy dude. So like to keep content fresh, I would say just get straight to your point, because no one wants to hear. If you go into a tutorial of how to use Photoshop, no one wants the 30-second intro followed up by, hey guys, today I'm going to be teaching you about Photoshop, but first I want to give a shout out to this and I want to let you know this. Lately this has been going on. Like, no one wants to know that. If you have a tutorial about Photoshop, hi, welcome to my tutorial. This is what we're doing. This is how you do it. Have a good one. And being short is kind of what I've been doing lately. I used to just go into videos without a plan, without any plan at all. But I posted a video recently on how I plan out my videos now. And if it's a long day and I have a lot of stuff going on, I will plan out my videos. I'll say I'm at home, start with a quick intro, cut the title sequence, leave to work, shoot 5 slow motion shots in the car, shoot me arriving at work, walking down the hall. Like, literally plan out anything and everything you can think of, because if I don't, when I get to work, I'm going to forget to record.
Yeah.
When I'm at work, I'm going to miss an opportunity. So planning is key, and staying relevant is kind of just about who you are. But I would say, yeah.
And I think also, because I've seen some other vloggers and they go for like an hour of doing stuff, and it's there's a lot of like walking involved and not really, you don't really see anything.
Yeah.
And that sweet honey spot is probably around 15 to 8 minutes in that
Yeah.
area.
You
Would
should at least
find
be
that?
changing frames every 10 seconds, no?
Sorry?
Changing frames, like switching what you're seeing on screen. Like nothing
2
should,
seconds. I always switch in 2 seconds.
yeah.
Really,
Because-
in 2
yeah.
seconds.
Yeah.
Oh,
How
wow.
long is your
I'm going
video?
too long.
My videos used to be like 6 to 8 minutes. 8 minutes is a long one. because no one's have, well, I used to see my statistics, and I realized that YouTube is consumed on mobile phones, and I make a survey with my community, and I ask them where do they watch my videos, and I have a huge number telling me that they see my videos while they are pooping. So, so
that's the time frame.
So yes. So
poop
like-
takes about
yeah.
Depending on the person.
Yeah.
Depending on who
Maybe if you are bad with your stomach, it takes like 5 to 8 minutes. So I always try to make my videos in 5 to 8 minutes.
Yeah.
Nice. That's hilarious.
I usually-
That is the
now
best.
that I
so
think
5
about
to
it.
8 minutes. How long does that take to edit?
9 hours. Yesterday's videos, 9 hours. Crazy.
And that's something that
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
This is why we do
Colleen
live.
would always tell me stuff. Oh, just edit it. You'll be fine.
Just do that.
And then I look at her like, do you know how long that's gonna take? That's not gonna take long. You know how to do it.
I'm not very tech savvy, so
Yeah.
I didn't know. I was like, you're
So
smart.
now,
You can do that.
so now you know.
Yeah.
No, it really does take that long, and I'm not even that super great at it. I do okay.
You're
Yeah.
like, I'm not even good, so it takes me 19 hours.
So that's why I do live.
You're gonna have
It
to
looks
start
like I
doing
edited it
poop
though.
videos though, honey. Like we need the poop videos
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
that we can
Yeah.
get some subscribers.
I guess I never thought about that because me, when I mostly watch YouTube, is when I'm eating, and to eat does not take that long. And usually it's just a bowl of ramen, so it's even less time than usual. So
Yeah.
I never really think about that, but because my watch time only goes up to about 2 minutes. People only watch my video for 2 minutes, and I have like 6-minute videos on average.
Yeah, but well, those kind of statistics are not very accurate, because, for example, if you make a video for 8 minutes, your viewing time, it will be longer, because the people is expecting that maybe something's going to happen in the next minute.
Oh.
You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if you make a 15-minute video, no one's going to watch it.
It's too
Neither
long.
do I.
It's too long.
Yeah.
Yeah, so at an hour, Vince.
Yes, we're close to an hour.
No, I mean it's too long. Are you listening to the boys? Your hour.
Well, this is a talk show. It's different.
Yeah. It's
Yeah,
absolutely
I'd say
different.
this is different.
But, yeah.
Any
Encouraging him.
advice?
Yeah.
This is from Midnight Gamer. He's been really putting out some great questions. Any advice for a live streamer? For a live streamer, yes, definitely use OBS because it's free. And at first just switch scenes and then do the little things that we've done here, there, and everywhere.
And
There,
I think for the live
down
stream,
there.
I think for the live stream, it's
That
a lot
way.
of what you guys said too, though, is like be your authentic self.
Yeah.
Be
Yes.
personable. This whole time has been live, and we haven't really had any big faux pas or anything because we're just talking, right?
Yeah.
We're just like here, we're hanging out. It's not a big deal. We're talking. And so I think that too for live stream, if you're gonna have, especially if you're gonna have other people on it with you,
Yes.
like just be your authentic self and
Yeah.
just bring people in and just.
At
talk
first,
to
you're
them.
gonna have to plan it out. When you're doing a talk show or a live stream like that,
Planet.
after you get, I don't plan anymore.
We're going to start planning. If we're going on live TV, I'm going to do that.
I think live stream is going to be the next big thing. Nowadays, Instagram is investing too much in live streams, and also YouTube is trying to be the next TV. It's going to try. It's trying to be the next TV. So I think that many people that makes good live streams, they are going to be the next big things. Yeah.
Could be us.
And on that great note, thanks guys. Thanks for coming on.
Thanks for having us.
We
Yeah.
really appreciate it. It's been really great information
Super
that
great.
we've
Had a good
gotten, and we hope you really liked it, because we sure enjoyed it, because these are great guys. But thanks for checking this out. I'm Vince.
I'm Colleen. That's Carlos. That's Victor, and there's Stuart over there.
Geek Out SA. See you later, guys.
Bye.
Bye.